Morning all, Dan White's training. Today I'm going to go for a quick demo of how to make some cordage out of this stuff here. So this is a bit of stinger nettle, and what we're going to do is get yourself a nice long bit of stinger nettle. Works better when you've got the sort of slightly more mature ones. You want to get rid of all the leaves off it. Now you can do this without gloves. If you get right close in there and pull it, you can do it without gloves. The amount of times I've stung myself with this, I just always recommend just you wear your gloves, it's just better. So we get rid of all these leaves, get rid of all these little bits here, and then I want to make sure I get rid of all the tiny little stingy bits. So just go up and down this nettle and make sure you remove all the little stingy bits off there, all these little bits I don't need. So we get rid of all that. And the next step, shouldn't need my gloves now because it shouldn't sting me. I'm going to bash this down because what I want is these outside fibres. So there's two ways you can do that. One is you can get yourself a round stick like a rolling pin. You can start at one end and start rolling it. But the other way is use the back of your stick or a hatchet and just start bashing it to break them fibres. Once you break the fibres down, what you're going to do is you're going to split this. You should be able to get in there with your thumbs and you split it nicely. I'm going to break this open like this, and it should break it open nicely like that. Now what the bit I want is this outer bit here. So what you want to do is get rid of all the inside pith. So if we just sort of snap from the middle like this, you can see that pith wants to come apart, and then all I'm going to do is start getting rid of all that pith. Now don't throw the pith away, because the pith is actually really good when you dry it out for your tinder for firelighting, and you're just stripping off that outer bit there. You want to try, if you can, get nice long strands. And we're going to do the same this side, getting rid of all that pith. If you just bend it back and pull the pith, it should nicely peel off all these bits for you here. And I'm just going to get a couple of little bits this time, just so I can get you through the demo, just so you can see how that works. So all these nice bits of strandy stuff here. So I've got a couple of little bits here. Get rid of that little bit of pith in there. So that outer bit is what I want. And now what I want to do is just pull this down into little strips. So I just want loads of little strips like that. Layer all them strips up. It's a very nice therapeutic task to do when you're making this sort of cordage. And when you do have all your strips, it is always best to dry them out slightly before you make any type of cordage. If you make your cordage when it still has moisture in it, what you'll tend to find is your cordage will be slightly weaker. It's more likely going to break and snap when it dries out and the joints sort of come apart. But just so I can show you through that process today, I'm just going to show you it using these bits here. Right, so I've got myself a load of strands here. Ideally, like I say, I would dry them out for a little bit, because when they dry they're stronger. But now with all these pieces, what I'm going to do is put them all together, and I'm just going to roll them into one solid bit. Well, actually what I might do is use two sections here, get two bits. Start rolling them, so we're sort of bringing them together like that. And all you're going to do, once you roll them, is eventually when you start rolling, it will start doing this little kink here, look. and that little kink is going to be the start of where I make my bit of cordage. So holding that very loosely with this hand here, like that where my kink is, I'm just going to start twisting this. Twisting the top bit, and then that bottom bit is going to come round underneath, the top bit going underneath, and then I'm going to twist that bit. And then same again, that bit goes over, and I'm going to twist it. And when you get enough twists, you're going to hit O, and it's basically just keep turning and twisting it. So twist the top bit away from you, that bottom bit goes round, the top bit goes over, and then you keep twisting it. And then what you're going to be looking at is you're going to be sort of looking for this type of shape here, and you're just going to keep doing that until you've made yourself some cordage. The tricky bit is when obviously you get to this bit and you've run out. The trick is then you get more, you roll it, you add that in, and then you start adding extra bits on each side, twisting to add more and more. But with that right there, you make yourself a nice long bit of cordage. Obviously the longer the bits of nettle and stuff you have, you can make nice little bracelets and bits and pieces out of it, and it is strong, especially when you draw it out, really strong stuff. It's going to add a lot more strength onto it than if you were just to use single fibres. So that is how you make stinging nettle cordage. Easy peasy, nice little outdoor trick to do. So yeah, if you liked that video, give us a like, a follow and a subscribe. See what else we get up to. Thank you very much.